Haydel Hashem ki toiv ki le'elam chastai. Baruch shechiyanu v'kiyimanu v'yigyan l'zman hazeh. So excited to launch our channel, RDT. That's Reb Dan's takes. That's me. So this channel is dedicated to sharing thoughts, Torah thoughts, the Parsha, the Moadim, the festivals, and other events. So hopefully you will find this inspirational and take something out of this and maybe share it as well. So we are right now right before Pesach, and let's start with Pesach itself. Let's look at the word Pesach. Pesach translates to Passover. Pesach means to jump, to skip, to jump over. That, of course, is talking about that by the final Makkah, the Makkah of Makkah's Becharos, of when Hashem went ahead and he killed the firstborn of the Mitzrayim, of the Egyptians. He jumped over, he skipped, he went over and ignored the houses that were the Jewish homes and instead went to the homes that were inhabited by the Mitzrayim, by the Egyptians. And there, wherever he skipped over, in every house there was some form of death that came along with this. So there's something about the word Passover in itself that has a little negative connotation to it. For example, I have two things in front of me. I have a wonderful piece of chocolate cake with a raspberry drizzle and a piece of like warm chocolate cake and a little scoop of ice cream there with it. And I have that to one side. That's what I want. That's what I love. And the other side I have some Brussels sprouts, something like that. And I'm going to pass over what I love to go over here and take the Brussels sprouts and dispose of them. But what you're really doing is you're passing over what you love, passing over who you tie to, passing over what you care about. Don't just jump over and totally ignore that. Good, you're right. Coming along with sort of death, but just to totally had that like negative vibe to it that you're saying, I'm going to ignore what's over here and only deal with what's over there. How do you ignore what you love? How do you jump over with what you care about? How do you jump over the Bnei Yisrael and instead go to the Mitzrayim and totally like they're not there? Like there's nothing to be dealt with here. Like stop by, say hello, and then move on. Why is it like there's nothing over here? Why do you pass over the whole story of Passover? I'm passing over what I love. You don't pass over what you love. You do something with it and you move on. But you don't pass over it, ignore it, put it on the side. That's not the proper way to deal with something that you love. That's the question. That's hope you can feel this the thought. Why are you passing over something that's dear to you? You don't pass over it. That's the question. So, Pesach Lublin in Sisei Laila, Oistin Ches, Sifkan Yud, he explains what really happened by Makkah's Becharos. What happened by Makkah's Becharos is that the Mitzrayim, they were what's called the klipa, they were the shell. Their whole existence was to deny anything special, that there was any special connection between the Jewish people and Hashem. That there's even Hashem at all. They deny the whole thing. Paro says, who is this God? We don't know who he is. And what happened on that day was that there was this clear revelation of the Shekhinah into the world. That there was a special connection between the Jewish people and Hashem. That the Shekhinah was clear for all to see. That there was this idea that there was something unspecial about the Jewish people that the Mitzrayim were pushing. That was what they were all about. That was against the very, very core of who they were. And this revelation, says Reb Tzaddik, this revelation of the Shekhinah, that it was there, was just so much, and it overwhelmed them. It was so against their whole being of who they were that it caused them to die. That's what Reb Tzaddik explains. That's what it was. And in fact, you see that then the Haggadah we say Nivelo Malach. It has to only be Hashem. It's dafka the Shekhinah. And when we go ahead and we explain the different psukim, we say. Gemara Gadol. It's one of the part of the psukim. It says, and God took out, brought us out of Mitzrayim b'yad chazaka, with a strong habit, and with great fearfulness. So what is that? What is the Mara Gadol? So with the Baal Gadol explains Zu Gilui Shechina. This is the revelation of the divine presence. And that's what Reb Tzadok is really going on. Reb Tzadok is explaining the Mara Gadol, this revelation of the divine presence. That's what was so great. Was the revelation of the divine presence that was connected to the Jews. That the Jews brought the divine presence into the world. That we live with Hashem. That is what the special connection between the Jewish people and Hashem. That's the divine presence. That is totally against everything that Mitzrayim stands for. Mitzrayim was the ring around that, was the husk covering that knowledge, that the breaking out of that is what was the true Yetzias Mitzrayim. So now let's take a step back. How is this revealed? How is this going on? So the answer is that's by the Korban Pesach. The Korban Pesach is that we went ahead and we took. That's what the Shabbos HaGadol is. That we take the sheep and we tie it to the bed, and we say, we are going to take the sheep, we're going to slaughter it, and not only are we going to slaughter it, we're going to eat it. And not only are we going to eat it, we're going to roast it. We're going to do everything in the way that is the most revealing, the smell is going to waft throughout all of Egypt. Millions of animals being roasted simultaneously. The Egyptians are going to be overwhelmed with hate and not do anything about it. And then we take the blood and we put the blood on the doorpost. The blood didn't stop. It's not what didn't stop the death of who was inside. It was the Gilui Shechina, with the fact that they were saying, I'm willing to risk my life to go ahead and bring the divineness into my life by doing this. That's what caused the Pesach to go jump over. So now when you think about it, what was the Makas B'charis? Makas B'charis was only the revelation of the divine. But in every Jewish home, the divine was already there, was already revealed. It wasn't the fact that he was jumping over, that Hashem was jumping over the Jewish homes. It was that the Jewish homes, he was already there. He didn't have to go ahead and reveal himself. It wasn't I was jumping over. I'm already there. I don't have to go where I already am. It's not that I jumped over over this house. I did jump over this house, but I didn't jump over this house because I didn't have anything to do there, because Hashem's presence was already revealed in these homes by bringing the Korban Pesach. And that's what it means. That's why it answers the question. The question is, why are we jumping over? Well, don't you want to be there? The answer is, no, Hashem's presence, the Shekhinah, was already there. What was his job? To go ahead and reveal the Shekhinah where it was not already. So therefore, it wasn't so much that Hashem is jumping over the Jewish homes. Hashem's already in the Jewish homes. And therefore, he doesn't have to go ahead and show his eminence and emanate his divine Shekhinah in the homes of the Jews, because they already fulfilled that. It's only in the homes of the Egyptians that he goes ahead and now he shows himself as the Shekhinah to the Egyptians, and that's what causes the Makas B'charis. What an amazing idea that's what causing the Makas B'charis. So this is what it's all about. It's all about that Hashem is revealing himself. That's what Pesach is really all about. Pesach is about the idea that Hashem is totally revealed in the world. That there's nothing hiding him. There's no more husks. That he is revealed, and most importantly, Jewish people are the conduit to which he has a special relationship to. And that's where we have to go ahead and live. That's what Pesach teaches us, and that's what we have to take Pesach and bring it into the rest of the year. Remind ourselves that we are special and that Hashem loves us, and this is the idea of Pesach. We're not jumped over. We are right there with him at all times. So with this thought, I wanted to wish everybody a wonderful, unbelievable Pesach, and that's my take. Chag Sameach to everyone.